You are watching an online intensive of the Dance of the Eye and the Hand. This is Painting the Blind Men Crossing the Bridge by Hakwin.
Welcome. This is the beginning of a 4-session intensive on painting Hakwin's 3 Blind Men Crossing a Bridge. And Hakwin is a 17th century Zen master who known both for his teaching, his writings, and in particular his art. We're going to spend 4 sessions painting his 3 blind men crossing a bridge. He did this many times in his life, sometimes with 1, 2, 3, 9 people crossing this bridge. It can be viewed in itself as just a beautiful painting, but also as a piece that one can use for meditation and spiritual development. We will divide this into 4 parts. Today we will focus just on the 3 figures and observing them and their individual distinctive postures and parts. Next time we will focus on the log bridge that they are walking across, and then the time after that the 2 ends of the painting, the mountain and the distant mountain. And then finally, for the last session, we will take a very larger than I can show here, piece of paper and do the entire piece in one sitting. And for those of you who are following along, I do have large-scale printouts of the piece. If you wish to contact me and come by and pick them up, I also will have paper cut is probably about 14 inches by maybe 40 inches long. You can take several of those for practicing your final piece. So with that as an introduction, let's get started.
So let's start by taking a view of the entire painting. From right to left, you have a mountain form, a large rock that's holding the base of this log bridge, and then figure 1, figure 2, and figure 3. Going to the left, there's a more distant rock that doesn't really connect to the bridge, and in the background, some pine trees and some distant mountains. Here is our first figure. Both feet are touching the log. He's bent over, sort of poised and tensed, reaching forward. Questions. Where is the tension in this figure? Where are the bones of this figure? What are the points of contact? What keeps him balanced? Where is the ease? What is the fabric? Where is his center? So to start, I have my large model in front of me. We're going to start on the figure to the right. It'd be 1, 2, and 3. And in my packet, I have a larger version of it, so I can hold that up before me. Just to get started, I'm going to, for a matter of placement, do just a quick line across, so I have a place for the figure to rest, and I'll do this on each sheet. So as we've already looked at, trying to just look at the figure, look at where's the tension, sort of where's the structure or the bones, what are the points of contact, and I'll start with the head. And as I'm doing these individually, I can make them as big as I wish to, and that's helpful to really blow it up large so that you can really draw in the structure. So I have his head. I then sort of have the shirt, and then this
one sleeve coming out, and the sleeves are, he's got big sleeves, and I can do this in a couple of motions. It doesn't connect to the head. You can pay attention to some changes in grays. I wouldn't to start with, because I want you to focus on the structure itself. Then his other sleeve and shoulder coming around. And for this level of engagement, what I'm doing is really just creating the shapes as opposed to trying to create them with singular strokes. I just want to get the parts and the structure in place. Then we have one leg coming out. So this first figure, legs are well spaced. With his left hand, he's holding his shoes, so we can put the shoes in. And his right hand has his stick that's guiding him. So he's sort of in this kind of tensed position where his right foot is fully straight out, left foot, or left leg, I mean, is in tension and bent. And we have a little bit of the thigh there. Then we have one foot, and this foot is fully extended. And then leading the structure or the position is what would be his arm, and then his staff. And I'll dry this a little bit, get a little drier stroke here, and need to get the angle right here. And done. So that's our first figure. First blind man crossing the bridge. He's kind of crouched back, reaching forward as far as he can. And that's number one. Now let's look at number two.
So for figure number two, we'll ask the same questions. Where is the tension in the figure? Where are the bones of the figure? Where are the points of contact? What keeps him balanced? Where is the ease? What is the fabric? And where is his center?
Figure number two is sort of almost totally bent over. The legs and his arms are in a squat sort of V. His guiding stick is coming out from behind him, and he's on his tiptoes. So we'll look at the details of that, again using the handout. And again, we want to be looking at sort of where is the tension, where are the bones, so that if you think of him skeletally, there are hard edges to where he is positioned, and then there are the soft edges of the fabric that come draping down. Again, I'm going to start with just doing a line, sort of a baseline for that log bridge, that we have something for this person to stand on. And then again, I'm going to start with the head, and the head is quite low in this one. And then I have a right arm that's sort of a oval shape. And then his back and sleeve. It's really kind of blousy, if that indeed is a word. And again, I'm not doing these as full strokes. You could, as you've done it for a few times, to try and get some more stroke strength into it, but for now we're just trying to get the outline and the sense of tension. So we have his top form, then what seems to be a belt, and then his leg coming down. And again, these stay fairly high because it does appear he's on tiptoes here. If you're someone who is relates to things with great physicality, you could even get on your hands and knees and attempt these positions yourself, just to get a sense of where's the tension, where's the pressure, what's relaxed, what is strong. So I have the body. I then add these feet on tiptoes, heel off the ground, and then hands touching, and then this great sweep of his stick. And there we have figure 2. So we have now number 1 and number 2. Let's move on to number 3.
Here is figure number 3, our last of the set. Where is the tension in the figure? Where are the bones of the figure? Where are the points of contact? What keeps him balanced? Where is the ease? What is the fabric? And where is his center?
So for our third figure, this one is now down on all fours, just crawling way out towards the end. Shoes are balancing off the end of his stick. And again, we want to look for where is this tension, where is the bones, where are the points of contact. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 points of contact. Again, I will start with just to position it on this log bridge. And again, I will start with the head. And then we have this right arm reaching straight out, drape of the cloth of his shirt. And then back is arched, and there's just a nice curve here to this line. The sleeve comes down and up. Again, what I believe to be sort of the sash around his waist. Then the strong line that's the left thigh. And the rest of the leg, his calf. And then buttocks and other leg is stretched quite some distance out. And then we'll add his arms. Left one, right one is really, again, really just stretching out some distance. Then left foot at an angle, and right foot is attached to the base. Then we have this, his staff or stick coming. You want this to be a strong stroke. And then these pair of shoes that are dangling over. And there, we have our third figure. So now we have 1, 2, and our 3 figures done. Now, even though for me this took relatively little time, you would be advised to probably do these maybe 5 or 6 times to get the structure down, the composition down, and to there's a lot embedded in each one of these figures. So I would allow yourself the time to do many versions and give that a try. And then next time we will focus on singly on that log bridge and how to give that length and strength. So let's jump into this and try our 3 blind men crossing the bridge. Before you go, please note there's a PDF on the website for each lesson containing the models for each lesson and supplementary material for each lesson. You have been watching Distance Learning from Laughing Waters Studio.